A new feature on Snapchat, its friend solar system, seems almost designed to add to adolescent anxiety over social media. For $4 a month, users can see where they stand within their social circles based on how often a person communicates with them. The results have been mixed, with many young Snapchatters saying the feature has been a source of drama, hurt feelings, and heartbreak. Last year, we spoke to U.S. Surgeon General Dr. Vivek Murthy, who told us social media is fueling a youth mental health crisis.
I've said many times that this is a defining public health issue of our time. And now we are starting to understand that social media may be one of the key drivers of that crisis. This should be a wake-up call to everyone, but particularly to technology companies and to lawmakers.
For more on this, let's bring in Judy Ho. She's a clinical and forensic neuropsychologist. She's also a professor of psychology at Pepperdine University's Graduate School of Education and Psychology. Thank you so much for being with us. So Snapchat used to let you see who your top 3 friends were, but the platform took it away in 2015. But now they've got this solar system feature. What is it about this in human behavior that social media companies are constantly trying to give us access to?
Well, John, I think a lot of it is about the business. They're trying to encourage more and more people to engage with the platform as much as possible and spend more time on the platform. But unfortunately, it's resulting in hurt feelings because it's a behavioral check. So you can say something like, hey, you're my best friend. You're the person who means the most to me in my social circle. But based on your behaviors, how much you're interacting with people, at least on this particular social platform, it may paint a completely different picture. So we're hearing from teenagers, well, you say that you're my best friend, and yet somehow I'm Neptune. And who is Mercury? Who is Venus? I've never even heard of these people, and yet they're more important to you, at least as far as this platform goes.
Rank for us, if you would, where friendship groups and friends are for teenagers in the whole list of things that concern them in life.
Well, for teenagers, especially, peer relationships are the most important. So as we get older and at different phases of life, peer relationships may be a little less important than other relationships, familial relationships, sibling relationships, romantic partner relationships, for example. But in the teenage years, you are looking out towards your peer group to define yourself. This is the stage where everyone is trying to understand, who am I in this world? What is my self-concept? Where does my self-esteem come from? And for teenagers, they get this information most from people who are about their age range.
Yeah, and just having this conversation is making me remember what it was like to be a 15-year-old. And there was one 15-year-old who spoke to the Wall Street Journal who said, quote, a lot of kids my age have trouble differentiating between best friends on Snapchat and best friends in real life. How does that strike you?
Well, this makes a lot of sense, and especially in the context of the COVID pandemic. Most people have gone online for the very much needed social interaction when we were in partial or full isolation. And now a lot of people are spending still the predominance of their quote unquote social time in online forums, whether it's, video games and chatting through video games, or using Snapchat, using various other forms of social media. And the proportion of time that they're spending in a day interacting with people in this way far more outweighs the time that they're spending in real life, sitting face to face with somebody at a coffee shop, sharing a meal. That proportion of time has just been shrinking over the last few years, but it's already been a trend that was already occurring even before the pandemic.
One of the centers of the anxieties here is FOMO, fear of missing out. Help us understand that from a psychologist's perspective, why that eats away at us.
FOMO is really difficult because it works on our anticipatory anxiety in many ways. Sometimes the things that we fear the most are the things that we can't see. So FOMO is sort of like that. It's something that we can't really see, but it's sort of felt, it's palpable. You feel like you're missing out on something, but you're not even sure if you're truly missing out on it. Sometimes there's not even proof, but you're not with your friends and you're wondering, what are they saying about me? What are they doing without me? And if there is proof that they're doing something without you, then you're imagining that they're having all kinds of fun without you, that they're happy without you, that they're not thinking about you. But a lot of this is anticipatory. A lot of it is imagined. It's not necessarily what's actually going on, but that's where the power is. The power is how much your mind can blow up something like this and then cause you to be upset with yourself, be upset with your friends, and increase your anxiety.
And finally, last week, the governor of Florida signed a bill that would ban kids under 14 from having social media accounts. Do you think that's appropriate in terms of the age, and also should government be doing this, or should this come from some other source?
I think, you know, again, it's a good question whether or not how much government should be involved. But I think that perhaps the idea behind this is really to try to increase parental awareness, because I think that that was trying to lobby for certain types of provisions where the parent has to explicitly approve and say, I am okay with my child using this platform and I'm signing off on it. And parental monitoring is one of the most important positive impacts you can have on your child's life until they are of age and grow and get out of the house. It's about asking them what they're doing, who are their friends, what are they up to every day. It results in all kinds of positive academic, social outcomes, as well as work outcomes. And so perhaps a real lesson here is how much can parents really just continue to have a little bit more supervision over their teens' social media use, talk to them about why social media use. It's not about wiping it away, because there's no way that we can get rid of it, but it's about responsible use and not relying on it for your self-esteem.
Judy Ho, clinical and forensic neuropsychologist. Thank you so much for being with us.